Hello, moon babies. It's Molly. Thank you so much for watching. I am extremely excited to talk to you today about one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, which is the magic of song. There isn't a ton of information on YouTube on this subject, so I thought it would be fun for us to dabble in using song and voice as a magical tool. So the word enchant, an enchantment, to enchant, comes from a Latin root which means to sing. How lovely is that? So historically, indigenous religions all the way through history and across the globe have used singing and song as a magical practice. So one would journey to find songs of power, and they might do that as a form of prayer or to find prayers as preparation for a ritual or divination. It could also be part of a healing practice. And if any of you have ever participated in group singing in particular, you'll know and be able to speak from firsthand experience what a powerful experience that can be as well for building community. So singing or chanting can be used as a means of altering a state of consciousness. So entering a meditative state of mind, a trance state, could even be useful for achieving out-of-body experiences, which can be pretty wild. But at the same time, interestingly enough, singing and voice is of the body as well. So it can help us to balance mind and body together. Songs have the power of emotions behind them. And we know that that's part of performing really effective magic, right? Is having our emotions and our will in tuned together. And songs have this ability to transport people, to take them somewhere, to evoke memories and bring up very specific feelings. And in terms of memory related to that point, songs are a really useful tool for memorization. If you're anything like me, you'll find that you can remember every single lyric to every single Melissa Etheridge song on a tape cassette that used to be in your dad's van, but you cannot, for the life of you, remember how to divide fractions. So there's a usefulness in retention and ease of remembering when we set our words of power to song. So what can we do with song in our magical practices? You can charge or imbue tools or workings or other magical objects with the song to give them a purpose or a particular job. We can give song as an offering, either to a deity or a place or a cause that matters to us. We can feed ongoing workings with song, the same way you might feed a candle working with an oil, you can feed a working with song. And singing also releases oxytocin and endorphins, so we can use this to banish depression or feelings of stress and anxiety in a very natural way. And song itself can be the entirety of the spell. I talk a little bit about super sigils in Art Witch, Practical Tactics for Art Magic, and one of the things I allude to but we don't get in depth into in the book is talking about using songs as a super sigil. The creation of my first record ended up being a super sigil experience. The repetition of words written with intention and performed regularly with passion brought some really interesting changes to the fore. So the song itself can be a spell, and a collection of songs can turn into a larger working. Now I know that some of you are watching this and saying that I can't sing or I don't have a good voice, and I'm going to say, yes, you can. Singing is natural. Vocalizing is natural. And the voice, your speaking voice itself, is inherently musical. If it wasn't, you would sound like a robot, and that would be very weird. Singing is the same. And good voices are entirely subjective, okay? And what we are singing for, the purposes that we would be using our vocalizations, are not necessarily to sell records or charge $150 per person to come and watch you perform your song. So that is not the quality of your voice, or what other people perceive the quality of your voice to be. Has nothing to do with what we're doing here. And yes, you can sing. So let's talk about a couple of ways you might wish to try bringing singing and the voice into your own magical practice. The first is to sing your own name, whether that be one intoned note again and again as a mantra, or you create a melody to pair with the sounds of your name. This can be a great practice for calling yourself back in if you are feeling depleted or scattered in any way. It will help ground you, and I guarantee it will make you smile. If you are doing a working with the element of air, so anything in the sphere of thought, of inspiration, education, communication, try adding an element of song to that working and see what results you have. You can make up new words to existing songs. This is totally legal. You can grab songs from the air, add your own words. You're not planning on publishing and selling these works to anybody. This is for your own ritual practice. So insert your own words. You may also wish to pen new words to traditional songs. If you're not ready to create your own melodies, pen words to traditional songs and use them as part of a Sabbath ritual. I love to do this with Yule songs. You can experiment with singing the tones that are associated with each one of the chakras, if the chakra system is something that is part of your practice. And there's a lot of resources available on YouTube for this, if that's something you're interested in trying. You could also try, while you are singing, visualizing the sound of your voice in different ways. So perhaps the way it would travel, the color it has, if it has a texture, envisioning it growing or moving, and experimenting with a whole list of ways and coming up with a whole palette of ways that you can use your voice in your visualizations. You can also try honoring your beloved dead by singing some of their favorite songs to them on their birthday or special dates that have meaning to you and your family. So I hope you enjoyed some of these ideas on how to incorporate the magic of song, the magic of voice, and enchantment into your practice. I would love to know more if any of you are using this as part of your regular practice. Let's talk about it in the comments and share. Thank you so much for watching Moon Babies, and until we speak again, witch on, witch boldly, and be well.